Ever wondered why Sigma females seem to operate on a completely different wavelength from the rest of us? Their distinctive habits and quirks can make them stand out in ways that might seem downright baffling at first. If you've ever met a Sigma personality and found yourself scratching your head, you're not alone. Sigma females are known for their unique blend of independence, introspection, and unconventional behavior. Unlike the more extroverted and social types, Sigmas march to the beat of their own drum, often in ways that defy traditional social norms. These traits might make them seem mysterious or even eccentric, but they are simply the byproducts of their distinct way of interacting with the world. In today's video, we're going to unravel the 15 weird and fascinating habits that make Sigma females truly stand out. From their aversion to unnecessary social niceties to their surprising emotional depth, we'll dive into what makes these individuals so intriguing and sometimes puzzling to those around them. So buckle up and get ready to explore the quirks and traits that define the Sigma personality. Number 1. Easily frustrated. One of the standout traits of Sigma females is their tendency to get easily frustrated by attention-seeking behaviors and large social gatherings. Unlike many who thrive on social interaction, Sigma females often find themselves irritated by the loud and exaggerated antics of others. Their preference for meaningful, one-on-one interactions over superficial socializing can make them seem detached or impatient in group settings. Imagine Sarah, a classic Sigma female, attending a crowded party with her friends. While everyone else is bustling about, trying to impress each other with flashy stories and grand gestures, Sarah retreats to a quiet corner, nursing her drink and observing the chaos from afar. As the evening progresses, the noise and drama begin to wear on her nerves. She finds herself becoming increasingly annoyed by people who seem to be more interested in showing off than having genuine conversations. At one point, a group of people near her start boasting loudly about their latest achievements, and Sarah's frustration reaches its peak. Without much hesitation, she quietly excuses herself from the party and heads home early. To others, it might seem like a dramatic exit, but for Sarah, it's a necessary escape from an environment that drains her energy. This story highlights how Sigma females' frustration with superficiality and large crowds is not about being antisocial, but rather about preserving their own sense of peace and authenticity. Number 2. Strong personal preferences. Sigma females are known for their strong personal preferences. They often have clear, distinctive tastes and tend to avoid following trends just because they're popular. Instead, they stay true to what they genuinely like, whether it's their choice of clothing, food, or hobbies. This unwavering sense of style and preference can make them stand out in a crowd and sometimes seem a bit unconventional. Take Lisa, for example. When her friends are all rushing to buy the latest fashion trends, Lisa sticks to her own unique style. While everyone else is sporting flashy neon colors and trendy patterns, Lisa confidently wears her favorite classic outfits, simple, timeless pieces that reflect her personal taste. Her wardrobe might seem old-fashioned to some, but it's a reflection of her individual style and what makes her feel comfortable and authentic. One day, her friends decide to host a themed party where everyone is expected to dress according to the latest fashion craze. While everyone else shows up in their trendy attire, Lisa arrives in her usual, understated elegance. Some guests raise their eyebrows and make comments about her retro look, but Lisa is unfazed. To her, sticking to her personal preferences is more important than blending in with the crowd. This example illustrates how Sigma females' strong personal preferences are not just about resisting trends, but about staying true to themselves in a world full of fleeting fashions. Number 3. Abruptly leaving situations. One of the hallmark traits of Sigma females is their need to recharge in solitude, which can sometimes lead them to leave social situations abruptly. Unlike those who thrive in continuous social interaction, Sigma females often require time alone to restore their energy. This need for solitude can catch people off guard, especially in busy or noisy settings. Consider the scenario of Emily at a lively summer BBQ hosted by her friend. The party is filled with laughter, music, and animated conversations. At first, Emily mingles and engages in conversations with her friends and acquaintances. However, as the evening progresses, the noise and the crowd start to overwhelm her. The constant flow of social energy begins to drain her, and she feels a growing urge to escape to a quieter place. Without much warning, Emily quietly slips away from the party. Her friends notice her absence only after she's gone. To them, it might seem sudden or even rude, but for Emily, it's simply a necessary retreat to regain her composure. She heads home, where she can unwind in peace and recharge her batteries. This story highlights how Sigma females' need for solitude is not about disliking people, but about maintaining their own mental balance in a world that can be overstimulating. Number 4. Not always smiling. Sigma females are known for their genuine demeanor, which means they don't often put on fake smiles just to please others. Unlike those who might use a smile as a social tool, Sigma females express their feelings honestly and don't feel the need to mask their true emotions with superficial cheerfulness. This can sometimes be misunderstood by those who expect constant outward displays of happiness. Take the example of Nora at a colleague's birthday party. The event is filled with upbeat music, laughter, and an array of colorful decorations. While most of the guests are grinning and engaging in light-hearted conversation, Nora maintains her usual calm and composed expression. She's enjoying herself but prefers to show her pleasure in subtler ways. As the evening progresses, a few colleagues start to comment on Nora's lack of visible enthusiasm. Some even wonder if she's unhappy or disinterested, assuming that her serious demeanor is a sign of dissatisfaction. In reality, Nora is having a good time, but she doesn't feel the need to broadcast her enjoyment with a wide smile. Her genuine approach to emotions means that, while her happiness might not be immediately apparent, it's just as real. This scenario illustrates how Sigma females' lack of constant smiling is not about being aloof or discontent, but about staying true to their authentic selves. They don't see the need to conform to social expectations of outward expressions, which can sometimes be misunderstood by others. Number 5. Intense emotions. Sigma females often have intense emotions, but they tend to keep their feelings private. While they might seem reserved or even unemotional on the surface, their inner world is rich and deeply felt. They usually don't share their emotions openly, which can sometimes lead to surprising outbursts when their feelings finally come to the surface. Imagine Jessica at her office. She's known for her calm and collected demeanor, rarely showing any sign of distress, even under pressure. One day, during a high-stress project, she receives some critical feedback from a client that feels particularly harsh. Jessica nods and takes the feedback in stride, but inside she's deeply affected. She doesn't show it and continues to work as if everything is fine. Later that week, during a team meeting, the accumulated stress and frustration finally bubble over. Jessica's response to a minor criticism becomes unexpectedly emotional. She finds herself speaking more passionately and openly about her feelings than ever before, surprising her colleagues who had only ever seen her stoic and composed. Her reaction seems out of character, but it's a raw display of the intense emotions she had been keeping in check. This moment reveals that while Sigma females may not openly express their feelings, their emotions are deeply felt and can surface in powerful ways. It shows that their calm exterior doesn't mean they lack depth, rather, they process their emotions privately until they can no longer contain them. Number 6. Sensory sensitivities. Sigma females often have specific sensory preferences or aversions that can make them seem particularly sensitive to their surroundings. They might be more attuned to certain textures, sounds, or smells, which can lead to discomfort in situations that others might not even notice. This heightened awareness can sometimes be mistaken for fussiness or odd behavior. Imagine Hannah at a casual dinner party with friends. The host has set up a buffet with an array of dishes, and the evening is filled with lively conversation. However, as Hannah helps herself to some food, she notices that the texture of a particular dish is unappealing to her. The food is mushy and slippery, and she struggles to eat it without feeling uneasy. As the evening goes on, Hannah finds herself increasingly uncomfortable. The combination of the strong scents from the food, the clinking of dishes, and the low hum of background music start to overwhelm her senses. She begins to fidget and look visibly unsettled. Eventually, she politely excuses herself from the table and steps outside for some fresh air. where she can regain her composure in a quieter, less stimulating environment. To others, Hannah's reaction might seem like an overreaction, but for her, it's a necessary step to manage her sensory sensitivities. This story highlights how Sigma females' responses to sensory discomfort are not just about personal quirks, but are deeply tied to how they experience the world. Number 7. Discomfort with compliments. Sigma females often feel uncomfortable with excessive or insincere compliments. While many people appreciate praise, Sigma females may find it awkward or even off-putting, especially if the compliments seem exaggerated or lack sincerity. They value genuine interactions and may feel that empty flattery doesn't align with their straightforward approach to relationships. Consider the story of Mia at her office's annual awards ceremony. Mia has just received a commendation for her exceptional work on a challenging project. While she appreciates the recognition, she's not one for grand displays of praise. As her colleagues begin to shower her with enthusiastic compliments and over-the-top congratulations, Mia's discomfort becomes noticeable. One colleague in particular goes out of their way to heap praise on Mia, emphasizing how her contributions were game-changing and incredible. While the sentiment is kind, Mia finds the exaggerated compliments a bit overwhelming. She tries to respond politely but can't shake off the feeling that the praise is more about show than genuine appreciation. Eventually, Mia steps away from the crowd to collect her thoughts. She prefers a simple, sincere acknowledgement of her hard work rather than a flood of grandiose praise. This reaction is not about being ungrateful, but about staying true to her preference for authentic and straightforward interactions. Mia's story illustrates how Sigma females' discomfort with compliments stems from their desire for genuine, meaningful connections rather than superficial flattery. Number 8. Being single isn't a problem. For Sigma females, being single is not a problem but a choice. They value their independence and aren't swayed by societal pressures to be in a relationship. While many might feel a sense of urgency to find a partner, Sigma females are content with their own company and find fulfillment in their personal pursuits and autonomy. Take Laura, for example. She's in her early 30s and enjoys a successful career, a close circle of friends, and a range of hobbies that she's passionate about. At family gatherings and social events, people often ask her about her love life and if she's dating anyone serious. Laura's response is always calm and assured. She mentions that she's perfectly happy with her current lifestyle and isn't actively seeking a relationship. One holiday season, her family throws a big party and the topic of romance comes up frequently. While others discuss their relationships and dating apps, Laura is content chatting about her latest travel adventures and new projects. Some family members try to convince her to join a dating app or meet new people, assuming she's missing out. Laura simply smiles and explains that she enjoys her independence and is in no rush to change her situation. This story highlights that Sigma females are not affected by societal expectations about relationships. For Laura, being single is a natural state of being, not a gap to be filled. She finds satisfaction and joy in her own life, demonstrating that Sigma females' contentment with being single is a testament to their self-reliance and personal fulfillment. Number 9. Enjoyment of debates. Sigma females often have a deep appreciation for debates and arguments, seeing them as opportunities to explore ideas and challenge their thinking. Unlike those who might shy away from disagreements, Sigma females thrive on intellectual discussions, using them as a way to test out new theories and understand different perspectives. Imagine Emily at a dinner party with friends. As the conversation shifts to the topic of technology's impact on society, Emily jumps into the discussion with enthusiasm. Her friends notice that Emily is not just participating but actively questioning and debating various viewpoints. She poses thought-provoking questions and offers alternative perspectives, pushing the conversation in unexpected directions. At one point, a friend makes a claim about how technology is making people more disconnected. Emily doesn't just nod in agreement. Instead, she engages in a lively debate, presenting counter-arguments and exploring the nuances of the issue. Her friends, initially taken aback by her intensity, soon realize that Emily's interest in the debate is about delving deeper into the subject rather than winning an argument. This scene showcases how Sigma females' enjoyment of debates is not about conflict but about intellectual engagement. Emily's eagerness to discuss and challenge ideas reflects her curiosity and passion for understanding the world in a more profound way. Her approach to debates demonstrates that for Sigma females, these discussions are a vital part of their intellectual and personal growth. Number 10. Unwavering loyalty. Sigma females are known for their unwavering loyalty to those they trust, though they may take their time to warm up to new people. Once they have formed a bond, their commitment is steadfast and reliable. This loyalty might not be immediately apparent due to their reserved nature, but it becomes evident through their actions and support. Consider the story of Olivia and her longtime friend, Sarah. Olivia is known for her quiet demeanor and cautious approach to forming close relationships. When Sarah first joined the team at work, Olivia was polite but kept her distance, not rushing to become close friends. It took time, but as Sarah proved herself reliable and genuine, Olivia gradually opened up. One day, Sarah faced a major personal crisis when her family encountered a serious issue. Despite the challenging situation, Olivia stepped up in a way that spoke volumes about her loyalty. She took time off work to support Sarah, helped her with daily tasks, and provided a shoulder to lean on. Olivia's actions went beyond mere friendship. They were a testament to her deep loyalty. Sarah, initially surprised by the extent of Olivia's support, recognized that Olivia's loyalty was built on a foundation of trust and respect. Though Olivia's friendship had started off slowly, her steadfast dedication during a critical time showcased her unwavering commitment. This story highlights how Sigma females' loyalty may not always be immediately visible, but it is profoundly strong and deeply rooted once established. Number 11. Late bloomers in love. Sigma females often find love later in life, prioritizing their personal growth and independence before seeking a romantic relationship. Their approach to love is less about following societal timelines and more about waiting for the right person who truly fits into their lives. This means they are often content to focus on their own goals and interests until the right relationship comes along. Take the story of Rachel, who spent her 20s and early 30s focusing on her career, traveling and pursuing her passions. While many of her friends were settling down and starting families, Rachel was fully immersed in her work as an architect and enjoyed exploring new places on her own. She was content with her single life and saw it as a time for self-discovery and personal achievement. One day, while attending a professional conference, Rachel met Alex, someone who shared her interests and values. Their connection was immediate, but Rachel took her time to develop the relationship, carefully considering if it was the right fit for her life. It wasn't until Rachel was in her mid-30s that she felt ready to commit to a serious relationship, having found a partner who truly aligned with her life and goals. Rachel's journey shows how Sigma females are often late bloomers in love. They may take their time to find the right match, focusing on themselves and their own path before opening up to a new relationship. This approach allows them to enter a relationship with a clear sense of who they are and what they want, leading to deeper and more meaningful connections when they do find love. Number 12. Reserved nature. Sigma females are often known for their reserved nature, keeping their personal lives and thoughts private. They value their own space and can be quite secretive, which can impact how others perceive and relate to them. Their preference for privacy is not about being distant or unapproachable, but about maintaining their own inner world. Consider the story of Julia, a project manager at her company who is admired for her professionalism and skills. Julia is known for her calm demeanor and efficiency at work. However, her colleagues notice that she rarely shares personal details or engages in casual chit-chat. While this reserved nature has earned her respect, it also creates a bit of mystery around her. One day, during a team-building retreat, a colleague named Tom tries to get to know Julia better. He makes several attempts to discuss personal topics, from weekend plans to family stories, but Julia keeps the conversation focused on work-related subjects or general topics. Tom finds it challenging to connect with Julia on a more personal level, feeling that she keeps a certain distance. Despite this, Julia's reserved nature doesn't mean she's not a loyal friend. Over time, Tom notices that Julia is always there when it counts, offering support during stressful times, sharing valuable insights, and being a reliable team member. While she might not open up easily, her actions speak volumes about her commitment and care. Julia's story highlights how a Sigma female's reserved nature can affect their relationships. Her preference for privacy might make her seem distant, but it's simply part of how she maintains her personal boundaries. Those who take the time to understand this aspect of her personality can appreciate her genuine support and reliability. Number 13. Bluntness. Sigma females are known for their blunt and direct communication style. They value honesty and straightforwardness, which can sometimes come across as blunt or even harsh. While their intentions are usually clear and sincere, this approach can lead to misunderstandings, especially with those who are used to more nuanced or indirect forms of communication. Take the story of Lisa, a team leader at a marketing firm. Lisa is highly respected for her clear and effective communication skills. She always gets straight to the point, whether she's giving feedback or discussing project details. One day during a team meeting, Lisa addresses a colleague, Mike, about his recent report. Lisa comments on the report's weaknesses with sharp precision, saying, "The analysis here is off, and the recommendations are unrealistic. You need to revise this entirely." While her feedback is accurate and meant to be constructive, Mike feels taken aback. He interprets Lisa's blunt remarks as criticism rather than guidance. His confidence is shaken, and he starts to avoid interactions with her, feeling that her directness is more personal than professional. As the project progresses, Lisa notices the shift in Mike's attitude and realizes that her bluntness might have contributed to the misunderstanding. She approaches Mike to clarify her intention, explaining that her goal was to improve the report, not to undermine his efforts. Lisa also makes an effort to offer feedback more diplomatically in the future. This story illustrates how a Sigma female's bluntness can lead to unintended consequences. While Lisa's direct communication is rooted in a desire for efficiency and clarity, it can sometimes be perceived as too harsh by others. Understanding this aspect of Sigma females helps in appreciating their honesty and learning how to navigate their straightforward style in a way that fosters better relationships and communication. Number 14. Distractibility. Sigma females often have incredibly active minds, brimming with new ideas and creative thoughts. While this mental energy fuels their innovative thinking, it can also lead to moments of distractibility. Their minds are constantly exploring new concepts, which sometimes makes it challenging for them to stay focused on a single task for long periods. Consider the story of Naomi, a graphic designer working on a major project for a client. Naomi is known for her creative flair and ability to think outside the box. One afternoon, she's deep into designing a new logo, aiming for a fresh and eye-catching concept. Just as she's about to finalize her design, she gets a sudden idea for a new type of illustration that could enhance the project. Caught up in her excitement, Naomi quickly shifts her attention to sketch out this new idea. She loses track of time, becoming engrossed in developing this new concept. Hours pass, and when she finally returns to her original logo design, she realizes she's left some crucial elements unfinished and missed the project's deadline. Her colleagues notice Naomi's tendency to get sidetracked by her new ideas and occasionally struggle with deadlines. They understand that her distractibility is a byproduct of her creativity and passion for her work. To help manage this, Naomi starts using tools and techniques to keep her focus on one task at a time, while still allowing herself moments to explore new ideas. This story highlights how a Sigma female's distractibility is tied to her dynamic thought process and creativity. Naomi's experience shows that while her active mind can lead to distractions, it also fuels her innovative work. Balancing this creative energy with practical strategies helps her manage her focus and continue producing outstanding results. Number 15. Planning for unlikely scenarios. Sigma females are known for their meticulous planning, often preparing for scenarios that others might consider far-fetched. Their logical nature drives them to consider various possible outcomes, including those that are less likely but could still impact their lives. This forward-thinking approach ensures they're never caught off guard, even in the most unlikely situations. Consider the story of Emma, a senior project manager who's known for her detailed and thorough approach to her work. While most of her colleagues focus on the immediate tasks and foreseeable challenges, Emma takes a different route. She's always planning for unexpected events, no matter how improbable they might seem. One day, during a major company event, Emma is seen with a detailed emergency plan tucked away in her notebook. She's prepared for a range of unlikely scenarios, from a sudden power outage to an unexpected flood. Her colleagues raise their eyebrows, amused by the elaborate details, but Emma remains focused. She's even gone so far as to arrange backup power sources and emergency supplies just in case. During the event, a minor power issue arises that threatens to disrupt the schedule. Thanks to Emma's thorough planning, the backup systems are quickly activated, and the event continues smoothly without any noticeable hiccups. Her proactive approach not only saves the day, but also highlights the value of her meticulous planning. Emma's story illustrates how Sigma females' tendency to plan for unlikely scenarios is driven by their desire to be prepared and in control. While others might see such planning as excessive, it reflects their commitment to ensuring everything runs smoothly, no matter what challenges might arise. And there you have it, -15 unique habits that set Sigma females apart. From their tendency to become easily frustrated by social dynamics to their meticulous planning for unlikely scenarios, Sigma females display a range of distinctive traits that make them stand out. We've explored their strong personal preferences, how they might abruptly leave situations to recharge, and their genuine approach to expressing emotions. Their reserved nature, blunt communication style, and contentment with being single all add to the intriguing complexity of their personality. Each habit reveals a different facet of the Sigma female's character, showcasing their depth and individuality. Whether it's their intense emotional landscape or their knack for getting distracted by new ideas, these traits come together to form a unique and compelling personality. Which of these Sigma habits did you find most surprising or relatable? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear which traits stood out to you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Sigma personality, don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Stay tuned for more videos exploring the fascinating world of Sigma personalities and beyond.